play my intro. Now it's time for the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by Robb Johnson Media and the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by the Legacy Maker Sports Network. I am here to talk about the NBA Finals. Now, when you think about the NBA Finals and, what everybody expected, everybody said that the Indiana Pacers were going to struggle tonight. Everybody, not tonight, but they said they were going to struggle during the series. They said the Indiana Pacers were not going to be close in this series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Indiana Pacers forced this to a Game 7. And what do you know? What do you think happened tonight? You know exactly what happened tonight. Tyrese Halliburton happened tonight. And I say that in this sense, folks. Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles tonight. And why do you think that he tore his Achilles tonight? Because he had what? He had a strained calf. Now, all week, the only thing I've been hearing is that, he's faking it, or, he's just not living up to the occasion, and he's not doing this and he's not doing that. Well, folks, here's what you have to understand. Just like Kevin Durant, just like Jason Tatum, just like other players who've had calf issues, this was going to happen. And unfortunately, it happened in the biggest stage of his career. Who knows where Tyrese Halliburton goes from here? Who knows what happens to this Indiana Pacers team? Who knows what Indiana will do after this game and after this situation, with them losing not only their top player, which you could argue it's Pascal Siakam, you could argue it's Tyrese Halliburton, you could argue it's somebody else. But what we can't argue, folks, is this. The Oklahoma City Thunder earned this game tonight. Sam Presti deserves so much credit for what he has done over the years with building this team. And if you think about it, if you look at the whole situation of the process, you look at Philadelphia 76ers, you look at Oklahoma City. If you think about the process, Sam Presti and his process outdealt the Philadelphia 76ers and their process. Not saying the 76ers process is completely over, but it's over. Joel Embiid late, almost, getting to his 30s now, and you got an older Paul George. This is a very young Oklahoma City team. I think they said this is the first team in the youngest team to win a championship in 48 years. That's a long time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he wins the NBA MVP. I think they said first time in 25 years a player winning a scoring title, winning MVP, and then win the Finals MVP. That is absolutely amazing. If you are him and you go in, you win this game. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to take you all back to something to see. Me being a journalist, a real journalist that I am, I went back and I looked at this game. I looked at the third quarter. First of all, let me say this. T.J. McConnell, hell of a game, hell of a series. You're going to get your money, hell of a player. Good job, my man. Now, with 7:13 to go in the fourth quarter, it was 65-56 Oklahoma City. They went on a 9-0 run. They did that in 1 minute and 17 seconds. T.J. McConnell on his own went on a 6-0 run. That run, it was a 6-0 personal run. It was a 6-0. It was actually an 8-0 run. No, it was a 6-0 run for Oklahoma City, and then they got a basket. So that would have made it 62. They got another basket. Oklahoma City scored 5 points. The score was down to 70-64. Then you had Wallace that went for a three. Then you had a Pacers turnover. That made the score 73 to 66. So I'm sorry, 75-66. They went up by 9 points once again on the Indiana Pacers. Now, I say the word turnover, and that is important for a real important reason. When you look at this game, you can point to many factors. You can point to this factor. You can point to that. You can point to that factor. All I remember about this game and all the Indiana Pacers will have in their dreams for however many years that they reflect on this loss is simply this: the Indiana Pacers turned the ball over way too many times. They turned the ball over too many times, folks. And one thing about it is that if you're the Indiana Pacers, no matter what anyone says, no matter what anybody tries to, how they try to make you feel better about yourself about this game, the bottom line is the Pacers had an opportunity to become NBA champions tonight. But when you turn the ball over, when you don't value possessions, they did not value possessions tonight, folks. They did not value possessions. And a lot of times when you're a team like Indiana, who I kept hearing about fairy tales and how they're, the spectacular run, the Pacers are a hell of a basketball team. Nobody should sit here and feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for the Oklahoma City Thunder. You should not feel sorry. I'm sorry, not for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm talking about the Indiana Pacers. You should not feel bad for the Indiana Pacers. They had an opportunity to win this game. Yes, Oklahoma City, we know, is the better team. A team in the regular season who won 68 games. That's not even a discussion. We get that. We understand that. But what we need to understand is that a lot of times in the game of basketball, especially when you're talking about a team like Indiana, who we know has the ability, they got the ability to win this game. They've got the ability to do certain things and to not only at times dominate, but be that type of team where you have to deal with them. And tonight, what I saw was a team that was good enough, but didn't have the ability to finish when they needed to. You also have to give Oklahoma City all the credit in the world when it comes to defense, right? Their defense was superb. They're calling this one of the greater defenses we've ever seen in NBA history. How can you dispute that when they're holding the championship? They have the MVP. They're doing things, they've done things this season that we haven't seen from a lot of teams in NBA history. We're looking at a team that is going to be around for a very long time. We're looking at a team that I feel you're going to have to deal with for the next 5 to 6 years, and they're only going to get better, folks. I mean, we're not going to sit here and say the Oklahoma City Thunder are not going to get better. They're going to continue to get better. They're going to continue to do things, and they're going to continue to build. And I personally don't see a team next year in the West that can definitively say we are going to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in a 7-game series. Now, you look at the Lakers. You look at the Lakers are going to get better. We'll talk about the Houston Rockets in a few minutes. But right now with this team, and they're still going to draft well. They still have draft picks. They can still make major moves. I don't see a team that is going to take them out. So, with all that being said, let's go to tonight's stats. And I think tonight is important to talk about this for more reasons than one. Because, yes, Tyrese Halliburton went down. Yes, the Oklahoma City Thunder played great defense. They won the game 103-91. But, folks, sometimes you have to go deeper and you have to look at and sometimes stats are just stats. But I think that these stats are very telling. And I want you all to remember what I said before. I said this, I think it was episode 93, I believe. I talked about this and I thought this was critical. I said the Oklahoma City Thunder, if they want to become champions, need to get 60 points in the paint. Now, they didn't get 60 points in the paint, but what they did do was they outscored. Now, what was the final score again? 103 to 91. How many points did the Oklahoma City Thunder have in the paint? 40. How many did the Indiana Pacers have? 26. Fast break points. Nothing too much to sneeze at. It was 9-7 fast break points. Blocks 8-4 in the way of Oklahoma City. Steals. Listen to this: 14-6 when it comes to steals for Oklahoma City. Now, 3-point shots. Oklahoma City didn't shoot well, 11-40, and then the Indiana Pacers shot 11-28. But here's where the game was lost for the Indiana Pacers. Not only besides the turnover numbers, and the other numbers, the Indiana Pacers have what? Let's see here. Points off turnovers, 32-10. And the Indiana Pacers, I believe, had 20 plus turnovers in this game. 32-10. Points off turnovers. That's where the game was won. That's where the game was won, folks. Let's look at the final numbers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists. And let me say this about Alexander. His assisting tonight, along with his defense, but most importantly, the scoring, the defense, all that was nice. The way that he was assisting players tonight, the way he was setting his teammates up at the perfect time to make open shots, to get to the basket, to do certain things, to get dribble penetration, the screens that were set, it was just beautiful basketball all around. This was a great series, one of the great series we've seen in a very long time. I'll probably say since probably the Golden State and Cleveland finals that we were watching back, 7 years ago, things like that, 7, 8 years ago. And we had that LeBron and Steph Curry type of finals. We didn't have the exact star power, but when you look at these Oklahoma City Thunder players, they are stars. Chet Holmgren, 18 points. You look at Jalen Williams. They've been calling him J-Dub all series. Put some respect on his name. He's 24 years old, out of Santa Clara. He won't be 25 until I believe it's next April. So he won't be 25 next April. You look at how young he is. Chet Holmgren, he is 23 years old. Hartenstein, 27. Alexander, I believe Gilgeous-Alexander's like 27. No, he's 26. He'll be 27 he'll be 27 this upcoming July. So you have a team that is young at every facet, and you have a team that is going to be, and by the way, he came from Kentucky. Kentucky continues to produce. You have to ask yourself how the hell Kentucky doesn't have 10 national championships in the last 15 years. But that's college basketball. That's how things work. Sometimes players are better in the league than they were in college, because in college you're just trying to get you basically trained up and showing you how you're supposed to be when you get in the league. But yeah, all those players from Kentucky, you have to ask yourself why they don't have more national championships. But Indiana Pacers, you have to give them all the credit in the world. But again, the turnovers, 32-10 points off turnovers, absolutely horrible. I can't really say too much more about this. The Oklahoma City Thunder, congratulations. You are the NBA champions. You deserved it. Chet Holmgren, I'm happy for him. When he came out of college at Gonzaga, I was very happy to see that the Oklahoma City Thunder drafted him. I was a big fan of his. Will continue to be a big fan of his. I picked Indiana in this series, but I really never had a dog in the fight. I really wasn't cheering. Even though I was boasting about Indiana, because I want people to understand just how good this basketball team is, how good Rick Carlisle is as a head coach. The things he's done as a head coach in this league, I feel like are very important to be highlighted. So at the end of the day, when I look at everything going on with this NBA Finals, it was a fun finals. You could cheer for both teams. Both teams played their butts off, and I'm very proud of the teams that played in this game tonight. So, yeah, quick 2 more topics. Next one, we got a quick WNBA talk. Today, the Chicago Sky, their record fell to 3-10 as they went down to the Atlanta Dream in Atlanta, 93-80. Angel Reese, 10 points, 19 rebounds, 4 assists. As I continue to tell you all, how they're not getting Carmelo Cardoza more touches, how she's not being more dominant. I don't understand. I don't get it. But the Angel Reese trade rumors are going to continue to heat up as we speak. Let's go to the other games that we saw today in the W. The Connecticut Sun lost to the Golden State Valkyries 87-63. Hey, this Golden State team is fourth in the West. They're very interesting. It's a very interesting team. I'm telling you, if they continue to build as one of those expansion franchises, you're going to start seeing people want to go to Golden State. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. It's a fun place. The New York Liberty, something's going on in New York. This is what, their third loss in a row. They lost to the Seattle Storm today. Seattle, nothing to sneeze at. Really good basketball team, 89-79. Something's going on with the Liberty. Maybe they're a little bored. They started out, what was it, 9-0? Now they're 10-3 on the season. So we'll see what the Liberty can do. It's still a long season to go, so we don't have to worry about them. The Washington Mystics defeated the Dallas Wings 91-88. Paige Becker's 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. The Washington Mystics continue to play decent basketball. They're fourth in the West with a 6-8 record. So take that how you want to take it. The Las Vegas Aces defeated the Indiana Fever 89-81. Aaliyah Boston, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. It didn't matter. Too many turnovers from Caitlin Clark. Both her and Clark combined, I believe it was, 2 of 12 from three-point land. It was pretty rough. The Indiana Fever, they have to start going through Kelsey Mitchell more. I believe Kelsey Mitchell is one of their better players. But they're going to have to figure it out. But they're still third in the East. A lot of teams right now with top spots in both conferences with very bad records. So we'll see if that can get fixed. Now, last topic of the night. Again, we're going quick tonight. We're not going to be on here too long. Kevin Durant. And I want you all to give me your thoughts. What do you think about Kevin Durant going to Houston? We've seen a story before where Kevin Durant has, if I can remember all the teams off the top of my hand, he was drafted by Oklahoma City, went to the Golden State Warriors. Then I believe he went to the Brooklyn Nets. Then he got traded to the Phoenix Suns. If I'm missing a team, I apologize. But, for this trade, the Houston Rockets were the number 2 seed. You would have thought the Houston Rockets were a 7th or 6th seed. Now, they lost to Golden State. We understand that. The Golden State Warriors, I believe, are still a decent team. They had Jimmy Butler. So, what do you expect? Jimmy Butler's going to bring the noise. But they give up Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks in the move. They also give up 5 second-round picks. Basically, the Phoenix Suns went from a team where it's like, now they got too many shooting guards. So you can automatically see here that Bradley Beal is going to be on the move. But who really wants Bradley Beal at this point? I've said that about Bradley Beal years ago. Bradley Beal is a really good player, but can you count on him in certain moments? Does he bring winning culture? So I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of this trade. I think right now that the Phoenix Suns won this trade. Now, if they prove me wrong and the Houston Rockets go out there next year and they actually do something with this, then hey, you still got a good decent lineup, but now you go from the youth movement to, hey, we need to get this done now. This to me was like a Daryl Morey type move, even though he hasn't been in Houston for a couple of years. And he's in Philadelphia now. So, hey, best luck to both teams. I don't think it'll matter either way because Oklahoma City's still the better team. They're still better than Houston is today. Now we'll see what Ime Udoka can do with Kevin Durant. Can he, bring him into that team, get him fit into the culture, and can this team take off? Would I be surprised if Houston got to the NBA Finals next year? I would be shocked. I would be a little shocked, but at the same time, would it completely surprise me if they somehow got there? It wouldn't, but I'd still be a little shocked because I'm just not a fan of this trade. Kevin Durant will be 37 this year. Yeah, it's just I don't think it's a good move. And then I think you lose a little bit as far as your youthfulness. You lose a lot when it comes to youthfulness, and it's a big move for the Rockets, but also for the Suns who get those picks, who get those young players. Now they just got to figure out the situation in Phoenix And you got to have wonder to yourself. Is Dylan Brooks, is he going to be happy in Phoenix? Is Jalen Green, is he happy in Phoenix? Is there going to be dissension in the locker room? So, ever since they changed owners, this team has been a little bit, just haven't been a little bit off kilter. So we'll definitely see how that goes when it comes to these teams in the next couple of years. This trade will have lasting effects on both franchises. And for me, there is no doubt about that. Now, let's go to Shut the Hell Up.
I need you to shut the hell up for the immediate future.
For those talking about, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. You know what? And I don't mean to be disrespectful when I say this. But please shut the hell up when it comes to. I need ESPN to or whoever is broadcasting the finals next year. Tell these announcers to shut the hell up. We need new announcers, please. Can I get new announcers? Can I get new broadcasters, new color commentary? Listen, Richard Jefferson, you can stay, man. But the Bang Man and Doris, you got to go. You got to go. I'm ready for some new blood. Oh, by the way, when I get ready to do our last segment, I'll tell you all what's about to happen, which we'll tell you about right now. Yeah, I really didn't want to talk about those announcers too much more, man, because I feel like if we had better announcing or we had better broadcasting, if we had Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, that finals would have been even more epic. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And it got nothing to do with Doris Burke being a woman. I just don't think she's that good. It got nothing to do with man or woman, blah, blah, blah. I just don't think she's that good. I think Mike Breen is kind of past his time. Bang, and all that, whatever. Now, tell the world how I feel. I'm excited. I'm excited for one reason. The NBA on NBC is coming back. And I beg the NBA on NBC, please don't change the music up. Please don't do anything different. You don't got to hip it up or whatever. Keep it the same. Bring back the monologues. Bring back the intros. Bring back all that good stuff. That's all I'm hoping for. And for my last word, we are now coming down the stretch because it's almost July. So July, August, September, October, baseball season. We're going to be entering Wimbledon season. We're going to be entering football season. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of year. It's about to get real. And don't forget, high school football is only a few months away. If you are a high school player out there, if you're any of the teams I cover, make sure you are working your ass off. Get out there, train, get ready for the season, and help me cover greatness. Work hard. It's almost football season. While you're chilling, playing video games, or doing whatever you're doing, that next man is working. He's working hard. It's working hard. So you got to get out there. You got to make sure you're working. Speaking of football, not just for the guys, Richmond Black Widows this Saturday. They will be playing football, playoffs. I'll be there. I'll give you all more details for the rest of the week. It's going to be an exciting week. We got an exciting rest of the year to go. Let's go, man. Sports. And I'm also representing Latourus tonight. See that? Make sure you check out Latourus.com. Great brand, sportswear, great brand. So make sure you check it out. Latourus.com. I'll see you all Tuesday for episode 96 of the Rob Johnson Sports Show. And remember, tomorrow night, after Raw at 11 p.m., Gold Standard Wrestling returns. And do I have a show for you? It's going down tomorrow night. Gold Standard Wrestling.